Do you know that people in the Bible were fighting to give to God? You know that some people in the Bible, they killed each other because of giving. Cain and Abel, they killed each other because of giving. Nothing else. These men, you get to understand that whether you read about Abraham, for him to attract God, he was a giver. David was a giver. Samuel, Solomon. Tell me any person in the Bible that you know. I will tell you that this person was a giver, including Peter. The Bible says he gave his boat to be used by Jesus. In case you don't know. When Jesus wanted to have what you call the Last Supper, there was a lodge somewhere. The Bible says, and he told his disciples to say, go to a place, turn here and go like this. You will find a room that has been prepared. And the Bible says it was having decorated things. Meaning to say this was a conference room. It was a lodge or a hotel. There was a conference room that was decorated by, all these things for catering. Someone gave it for Jesus to use it so that he can do his Last Supper. So there are behaviors when you're doing what we call prophetic investments. You need to understand that there are some certain behaviors, the prayers that you make. Men in the Bible, give me verse number 2. The Bible says, then she bore again, this time his brother Abel. Now Abel was a keeper of sheep, but Cain was a tiller of the ground. And in the process of time, in the what? Process of time. What is that? Understanding the season. So, Abel and Cain, they were both doing business. Another one was doing, all of them, they're into farming. Another one, crop farming. Another one, livestock farming. And the Bible says, in the process of time, they now grew in the things of God. They matured in the things of God. And they had an understanding to say, we can't just be doing business. For us to see a turn in our business, there is something that you need to do. Now watch this. The Bible says, and in the process of time, it came to pass that Cain brought an offering of the fruit of the ground to the Lord. They call it what? An offering. Abel also brought of the firstborn of his flock. Give me NIV on this one. But Abel brought fat portions from some of the firstborn of his flock. The Lord looked with favor on Abel and his what? His offering. The Bible says, Cain, he took an offering, brought it before the Lord. And Abel also, he took a fat portion and brought it before the Lord. And that's where now the whole battle started. Listen, Cain and Abel did not fight because of anything. They fought because of giving. Imagine people were fighting to give, to caught the attention of God. But on Cain, his offering, he did not look with favor. So Cain was very angry and his face was downcast. Then the Lord said to Cain, why are you angry? Why is your face downcast? If you do what is right, will you not be accepted? But if you do not do what is right, sin is crouching at your door. It desires to have you, but you must master it. But how does sin and giving, how does sin and giving goes together? So the Lord asked him to say, hey, you are angry because I have looked upon the offering of your brother with favor. Do what is right. How many people in church can wake up in the morning and say Sunday is for God? The Bible says you cannot go in the house of God empty-handed. So many believers are receivers, and so many unbelievers, they are givers. I will repeat this one. A lot of believers are receivers in the spirit, and the receivers, they are not blessed in the spirit. The system of God of provision does not work on receivers. The system of God of provision works on givers. Receivers does not attract the attention of God. Givers are the ones that attracts the attention of God. That is why if you read in the Bible, you get to understand from Genesis to Revelation, people were giving. Cain and Abel, they were giving. The Bible says, and Abel, he took the firstborn. So what you give also matters. What are you giving? Giving does not only make you to receive from God, but giving gives you access to things that other people are not getting access to. The Bible says when God looked at Abel, he looked at his offering with favor. The word favor there, other version says acceptance, which simply means an increase in measure. So the moment Abel gave, he accessed a realm of increase. There are so many people who want an increase in their lives, and yet they have failed to tap into the revelation of giving. Giving, it opens up things that you never thought they will be opened up. The Bible says, who can know the mind of God so that he can instruct him? Meaning, say God has got a mind. Now the Bible says, and God looked at the giving of Abel with what? With favor. Isn't it a wonder that the Bible says, and when Abraham went to Egypt, the moment he came back, he built what? An altar for the Lord. And the Bible says, when Abraham was outside his house, he saw God moving like this. And he invited God to his house to cook for God. The only woman who fed God was Sarah. Sarah cooked food for God. God ate food cooked by a man. The Bible says Sarah prepared a meal for God. And Abraham, he told his boys, go and find a nice one, healthy one. They went there looking for a healthy one. You, when you want to give, do you look for healthy ones or unhealthy ones? You find yourself that most of the time you are trying to manipulate God. God can never be manipulated. If you want to get the attention of God in the area of finances, you must be givers. You can check, look around. You get to understand that Muslims, they give more than Christians. Go in a mosque, just enter in a mosque one day, or go around a mosque. You will see they have got a beautiful mosque. They have put God somewhere. You enter inside there, you'll be like, oh my God, what is this? They have got there's a place they call it Mecca or something. People, they go there, so beautiful. And these people, they keep on getting richer and richer and richer. Why? Because they have understood that giving opens the realms of finances.